drive. What does drive mean? It doesn't mean you get in a vehicle and you try to drive your car. It's like you drive with your legs. So when you're benching, you know, you're on a bench and it's like you're pushing yourself against the bench, so you're pushing yourself forward like this. Woo! Tucking in your elbows. So that doesn't necessarily mean that your elbows have to be tucked in like all the time like this. That's how you tuck in your elbow, like this. But it means really that you're flaring too early. I don't really think I'm a good talker about arching, so I'll just hand it over to the real MVP, the real Genetics Don't Count freak.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Abe from Genetics Don't Count. Today we're going to be going over every gym bro's favorite lift and the portion of every powerlifter's total that we often say does not count or doesn't matter much, and that's the bench press. We're going to go over 3 technical cues that often get misinterpreted or sometimes just misunderstood by someone starting out or somebody who's been lifting for quite a bit of time and just doesn't really have the full understanding of the cues. The first cue is going to be the drive cue or leg drive used in the bench press. A lot of lifters, when they use leg drive, they push straight down, which causes their butts to come off the bench, and that doesn't actually aid in the lift as much as we'd want it to. Depending on what federation you compete in, and if you ever plan on doing a meet, then that'll give you an instant no lift or at least 1 or 2 red lights. What we want to see in leg drive and what we want to see when we're driving through our feet is pushing ourselves back towards the bench. If you think about pushing your feet so that your body slides up the bench, of course you're not really going to slide if you have a really good bench or a bench with decent grip, and B, decent enough technique to where your shoulders are stable. What that does is it incorporates your lower body into the movement. A lot of people get the misconception that the bench press is strictly chest and upper body, when in actuality if you incorporate leg drive, or if you learn how to drive and once the bar is on your chest, you can incorporate a lot more muscles and push a lot more weight. The second cue that we're going to be going over is tucking in your elbows, or more importantly, engaging your lats on the bench press. What you see a lot of times is people exaggerating the tuck and then bringing their elbows really close into their body. That's not what we want to see. What we'd rather see is a nice middle ground between overly flared and overly tucked, right about the middle. Kind of like you're going to throw a punch. If you throw a punch, you're not going to punch with your elbows tucked at your side like you're a rock'em sock'em robot, and you're not going to punch with your elbow flare all the way out. Find what position works best for you. But what this is going to allow is A, it's going to incorporate our lats, of course, but B, it's also going to keep our shoulders stable. We want to pin our shoulder blades back and down in order to compact our scapula and really to avoid and mitigate any sort of tendonitis that may flare up or injury that is going to potentially come about with allowing our shoulder blades to get into a compromised position on the bench press. Third cue that we're going to go over is arching on the bench press. And a lot of people don't like to arch, and a lot of people think that arching is cheating. To those of you watching this video thinking that, I'm sorry, but we're powerlifters and we arch. In order to maximize the arch, what we'd want to do is avoid lower back arching and allowing the upper back to relax and lay flat on the press or on the bench. To maximize the arch and to get the most out of it, we want to arch the upper back while we have everything tight from engaging our lats. We just want to think about arching and bringing our chest closer to the bar while the bar is getting closer to us. It's going to shorten the range of motion, and it's just going to keep our bodies engaged throughout the lift so that there's no point in the bench press where you're relaxed except for when you re-rack. Dave Tate has a good series called So You Think You Can Bench, and I think he summed it up pretty well when he said, you know your setup for bench is good, and it's paraphrasing, I forget exactly what it was, but your bench press setup should essentially have you at a point where you're so uncomfortable that you can't bear it, and that has a lot of bearing to it, in my opinion. But when we incorporate these three cues, when we incorporate these three cues successfully, what it's going to allow us to do is to press heavier weight in the future, but also make sure that we're not going to get any technical flaws at a meet, and keep our bodies healthy. You know, of course, these are all my opinions. If you have something you would like to contribute to the conversation about pressing, if there's any points that I've made that you disagree with, I definitely open up the line of dialogue. Leave a comment in the comment section below, and we can go back and forth on that. Maybe you can help clear things up for other lifters who are watching these videos as well. I definitely love the aspect of a community dialogue within the YouTube channel, so definitely do not hesitate to leave your opinion. Also, leave a like on the video so that we know if this is something that is getting good reception. We can do more. Like I said, this is going to be a series where we address not necessarily bad cues and that cues are bad, but cues that are misunderstood and how they make sense to me and lifters that I know as well. But guys, that's the video. Share it, like, comment. I pretty much already said all that, but just to remind you in case you forgot. See you in the next video.